Hello, I'm Wanda Wen. Thank you so much for coming to the Sulip Fix. Today, I just wanted to take you through a really simple, doable, creative idea to make a journal your own. As you know, I'm a big fan of journaling, and I can't say enough about the therapeutic benefits of journaling. But often, and I don't know about you, but for me, I tend to receive a lot of journals. Sometimes I go to an event where people are giving journals as an event gift, or maybe someone has given me a journal and maybe the front cover isn't quite what I want. So what do you do with those? Definitely don't throw them away, because you can make it your own. I want to show you a cool idea. So I have a journal, and it's from the Shade Store, which I love. But they sent me this journal, and although I love it, I just want to make it more my own. There's something to be said about making something that is inherently yours and putting loving, creative energy into something. When you do this, then all of a sudden the object becomes yours and not just something that was, say, given to you. But there's a personal connection, and there's something really wonderful about that. So a simple trick that I'd love to show you is basically taking packing tape and sage leaves. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to measure the height of this journal. It's 8 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to need a piece of tape that's basically double that, which is, well, 8 1/4 plus 8 1/4 is what? 16 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to measure a piece of tape that's 16 1/2. Let's see my board. I'm going to use these. The reason why I have these little guys, they're basically just smooth river rocks. All of our skins have oil on our skin surface, and it will offset on the sticky side of the tape. But with these rocks, it's just a nice tool to utilize so that we're not getting the oil on the tape. Okay, so 16 1/2. Take my scissors. 16 1/2, I'm going to trim there. I'm just going to bend this. Well, I'll do that later. Okay, so I'm going to take the other stone and place it on the other end so that I can use this and be able to manage this without touching the actual tape. Okay, so now I'm looking at this journal, and again, although I love it, I just want to make it my own. And there's a logo up here which I'm going to cover, and I'm going to use these sage leaves. Let's see. Let's do this. Find one that, let's see, make sure that the space that I'm going to concentrate on, is the space that's going to actually be placed on the book surface. So I'm going to place my book here topside down to give me an idea of the space that I want to create within. So it's basically here. Okay. Oh, so nice, sage leaves. Really, really nice. Okay, so I'm going to put this at the top. And then I'm going to get one that is slightly smaller. Place it just underneath. And get one that's just a little bit slightly smaller. Sage leaves are quite lovely. I remember when I started Sulip way back when in 1995, and we created an invitation to announce our coming of age, and I used sage leaves on the invitation. And to this day, and it is nearly 26 years later, that the sage leaf is still intact. Of course, it's not as green and supple, but it's still intact. And there's just something quite beautiful about that. Sage leaves connote wisdom, that sort of folklore tale. Okay, so see what I've done. I've taken sage leaves from this sweet plant, and put a larger one, then I gradated the size all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so then I'm going to take my journal, move this aside, and take my tape. You know what? I see that I have room for one more, so hold on, hold on. I actually am so happy that there's room for one more because I like things in odd numbers. It's just something about that. I don't know if it's, I don't know, feng shui or something, but I just like things in odd numbers. Okay, so now I have 5 leaves. Hip, hip, hooray. I'm gonna place this down, taping it down, smoothing it out. Now, this is the tricky part, is working with adhesive when you have to wrap something. So I actually did this quite successfully. And I'm going to turn this around so that you could see what I'm doing. So I'm taking the tape and wrapping it around. And you know what? I'm going to add a little, this might be a project to do with a friend, because then a friend could actually hold this up for you. But I'm going to place one more sage leaf on the inside. Just for kicks. Just so that there's a little bit of detail. Now, you know, if you don't get this 100% straight, well, that's the name of the game. Just try to get this as straight as you can. But if you don't, it's okay. I'll live. It just is a sign of the human hand, right? And now, I have something that feels good to me. It all of a sudden has my stamp and my mark, and now I'm completely connected to this piece. So we have so much in our homes where we live. I really urge you to take time and look at what you have. And if there's something that is not quite right, that's not feeling close to you, maybe you can enhance it by just putting your touch. And this is just a super, super simple way, easy to do, doesn't cost a lot of money, just takes a little bit of time. It takes you stepping outside your box and looking at ingredients in a different way. Okay, so that is the Sulip Fix for today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love if you did this project, or maybe did something else to an existing piece that you have, and posted it and show me what you've done. All right, thanks. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.